Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars The Black Series Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Retro-Carded Rebel Commando. Let's get into it! Let's begin our raid on the shield generator with a look at the packaging. And here we have, my friends, Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary logo. So you can turn it where you can see it there, yeah. And then we have, warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. 4 and up, assortment number, Star Wars Return of the Jedi Rebel Commando. I don't know why I started over that, I don't know. And then there we have some nice classic style artwork. Kenner. And then, you know, it's all classic feeling. Nice big blister, and I mean, it's a big blister. Showcasing the figure and his accessories. Then on the back, Star Wars, and it's all really classic looking. And then here's the cross sale Rebel Commando, Bib Fortuna, the Emperor, Paplu, the Ewok, Stormtrooper, and Chewbacca. Commemorate the 40th anniversary of Star Wars Return of the Jedi with figures from the Black Series featuring classic design and packaging. And then each sold separately, subject to availability, includes figure and 4 accessories. Attention! Especially don't stick things in your French pie hole that don't belong there. Warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Small, fine, legalese, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. Also Hasbro print and Disney print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And first up, we have handy dandy tweezers. Let's take a look at his accessories. And first of all, he has, if I can hold on to it, he has this alternate face sculpt, which a lot of people say is Captain Rex, and some people say it's not. And Dave Filoni says it's up to you. You can decide whether it's Rex or not. So there is that. Nice sculpted detail, and I think they did a nice job printing on this face. And here we have this blaster. Nice sculpted details and molded in this color plastic, no paint apps. And the same holds true for the rifle. Nice molded details and molded in the correct color with no paint apps. And then lastly, we have his backpack. It does have a paint app on it right here. And this looks like a separate piece that's just kind of glued on there. And then paint app right here. And then maybe on this hook right here. Very slight paint app there. And then it has nice molded details throughout. Straps. No post to hold it in position. So, and these feel a little thin and flimsy to me. I hope they do stand up over the test of time. So, nice little piece there as well. As far as the figure himself goes, I mean, there's lots of nice little paint apps, dings on the helmet that have paint apps on them. where this has been well used. Paint app here. This equipment here on the straps. And down here as well. And then right here, a little bit of a paint app right here. And then, you know, just a little bit spot here and there for the camouflage. And then, well, maybe all of the pants, or at least the legs, could be all paint app molded in this color, but it's hard to tell. Regardless, it looks nice the way that they have it painted up. So very cool. Most everything else, oh, there's a little paint app right there. Most everything else, it looks like, is molded in the correct color, and maybe a little paint app here and there. A little bit of paint app here and along here the helmet. Nice job on the face again. So that's pretty. It's a pretty good looking figure, I have to say. As far as his articulation goes, he can look up that high, and the neck, head, and torso separate, 3 separate pieces. I do believe there's a ball at the bottom of the neck and then a dumbbell in the top of the neck for the head. So he looks up that high, down that far. He's got some chicken neck. He's got some waggle. He can do the full exorcist. He does have butterfly joints in the shoulders. Back that far, forward that far. 360-degree rotation there as well. And he can raise his arm up approximately 90 degrees. Single hinge and swivel at the elbow. Swivels around 360 degrees and bends a good bit better than 90. So that's really good. 360-degree rotation at the wrist, on and in and out hinge, and the other side is an up and down hinge. Unlike most Black Series figures, there's no cut up here. It's in the waist, and it's a ball joint at the waist as well. So he's got plenty of hula there. He can lean left and right. Leans back that far and forward that far also. He does have a 360-degree rotation there, although it's a little difficult. So there is that. He does have this belt. It is a separate piece, and it does move up and down. It's not glued in or anything like that. And neither is this strap. So you can pull this strap off. You could probably take this belt off if you wanted to, just to change up your troopers a little bit if you wanted to go that route with it. At the hips, he can give you that much of the splits. Kicks forward approximately 90 degrees. Back about a half a step. Cut here at the upper thigh for a full 360 degrees of rotation. And that almost looks like it's backwards. I don't know. Single hinge and swivel at the knee gives you 360 degrees of rotation and gives you approximately a 90-degree bend. Nothing at the top of the boot. At the ankles, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward-facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as changing the face plates out, I haven't done this one before. So, but I think just under the, yeah, you just get your fingernail up under the chin there and give it a good peel, and now you have a faceless Rebel Trooper. You just take the other faceplate, and you can see it's got a nice big square on it, and it's got a nice big square port here. Kind of mesh it down, and you'll feel it snap in place. You don't necessarily hear it. So there's how it looks with the alternate head on it. As far as putting the backpack on him, it works just like a backpack. Put his arms back, bend them a little bit at the elbows, and then run his arms through the straps and pull it around. And move his arms back in front of him, so there's that. And it sits like a backpack. And then as far as the weapons go, you can put them in his hands. He doesn't have any other storage for the weapons. So pick one, pick both. However you mean for him to look. So there he is, my friends. A look at the Rebel Commando and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have Star Wars The Black Series, Return of the Jedi, 40th Anniversary Retro Carded Rebel Commando with Star Wars The Black Series. I think it's the Empire Strikes Back 40th Anniversary Retro Carded Hoth Trooper. And the regular release of Star Wars The Black Series Indoor General Han Solo. For our final set of comparisons, here we have Star Wars The Black Series, Return of the Jedi, 40th Anniversary Retro Carded Rebel Commando, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. Our final Black Series comparison, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on Star Wars The Black Series, Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Retro Carded Rebel Commando, I have to say, overall, I like this guy. However, I think the Hoth Trooper did it better. He had more accessories to kind of make different folks out of it. And, you know, it had an extra face and it had storage in the backpack for it. Which, if I remember correctly, it took me a minute to find on that figure. But I think the Hoth Trooper did it better than this one. And that's not to say that this is a bad figure. I like the paints on it. The sculpt is fantastic. And this is probably the best looking Rebel Commando I've ever seen. It has been quite a few years since I collected the 3 3/4 stuff. But the last ones I've gotten that, you know, this one just blows those guys away. And the fact that it has a switchable face, it really adds to it that you can use this guy as an army builder if you want to. I can just green screen as many dudes as I want, but unfortunately there's only 2 faces. So now, as far as, again, the sculpt and paint on this guy, I enjoy it. I think it's really, really great. The dings and stuff on the helmet, both faces look fantastic. And the only thing I probably would have changed is maybe the backpack. I probably would have put it on a post and port along with the straps, because the way it sits, it doesn't really look like it would have made much of a difference as far as aesthetically. And that's just me. And I think these straps are, over time, they're going to weaken, they're going to break. And, you know, I don't really care for that. I like for my stuff to be made for the long term. And it's good this guy has butterfly joints in the shoulders, and I think that's a really, really good move for this guy, and maybe we'll see another release later on with maybe a couple of different faces or several different faces. I would even go for a face pack, Hasbro, for this guy and for the Hoth Rebel Trooper, just to, you know, mix it up a little bit, so to speak. But again, overall, I like this guy, and again, I think Hoth Trooper did it better, but Hoth Trooper really doesn't fit in on Endor, does he? So I did wait for this guy to go on clearance, and I almost waited too long because it's now sold out on Pulse. And maybe they'll get some back in. Again, like I said, maybe they'll re-release this guy again. I hope they do. And when they do, well, I'm sure they probably will release him again. But when they do release him again, I hope they really, you know, put some different faces in it just to kind of mix it up a little bit. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you're interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.